We start with campaign 2020 now. Voters are heading to the polls to narrow the field in the race for the White House. Good afternoon and thanks for joining us here for Western Mass News at 4. I'm Jordan Jagalenzer. Chris is off today. It's Super Tuesday and voters in 14 states are casting their ballots. The Democrats losing 3 candidates on the ballot since Saturday's primary in South Carolina. Western Mass News has team coverage of today's voting. Sarah Gurnelli is with the Elizabeth Warren camp, and Audrey Russo is keeping tabs on Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden. We go to her live now with the latest from a polling location in Holyoke. Audrey?
Yeah, we're here on Appleton Street in Holyoke, where we're seeing people come in and out at a steady pace. I spoke with some polling workers inside who tell me that it has been a fairly steady voter turnout. No big surges yet today, but of course that could change once folks start getting out of work. Now remember, Massachusetts has 114 delegates. 91 of them are pledged, meaning they'll be awarded to the different candidates per the outcome of today's contest. Now, Senator Bernie Sanders does have a current lead, according to recent polls, over Senator Elizabeth Warren here in Massachusetts. This is some video of the senator voting in his home state of Vermont this morning. However, after former Vice President Joe Biden saw a surging win in South Carolina, several polls indicate he could win the plurality of the delegates up for grabs in Super Tuesday states. But other candidates are not giving up. Former New York City Mayor and billionaire Mike Bloomberg is expected to earn a number of delegates in these 14 contests today. Speaking earlier, Bloomberg says his goal wasn't to focus on winning any one state as a whole, but rather as many delegates as possible.
I don't know whether you're going to win any. You don't have to win states, you have to win delegates. And I think what happens here is nobody gets a majority. At best, somebody will have a plurality. By definition, somebody will have a plurality. And then you go to a convention, and then we'll see what happens.
Adding Senator Elizabeth Warren to the mix, of course, adds another competitor vying for those delegates and votes. It should be noted that Representative Tulsi Gabbard is still on the ballot in these Super Tuesday states as well. Whether or not the Democratic Party could be on its way to a brokered convention, only time will tell. Now, meanwhile, the Republican Party also holding their primary today in Massachusetts. And according to several polls, President Donald Trump is set to pull a significant victory out over former Massachusetts Governor Bill Weld. Now, coming up on Western Mass News at 6, we'll have a little bit more on how some of these local campaign workers are working right up until the very last minute. But for now, I'm reporting live in Holyoke. Audrey Rousseau for Western Mass News.